Well, fired again, I guess. Only this time through incompetence. So, for those of you that might not know, the channel had a Patreon for a long time. It's the funding that I used to purchase all of these items. Some of you may have noticed that in the last month or two, I haven't brought in anything really new. Well, that's because I haven't been receiving payments, the payments that hundreds of you have signed up to support the channel. When I exposed not one, not two, not three, not five, not seven, not nine, not 12, but more child predators in the Magic the Gathering judge community, things got dirty. And a employee, A.E. Marling, and a publication, Hipsters of the Coast, published a guide on how to flag my Patreon. They used the false premise that I had doxed judges by releasing their DCI numbers, public information, their DCI name, full name, city, not any identifying, not their address, nothing. It was not doxing. But in a coordinated effort from several Magic the Gathering judges, Wizards of the Coast employees, and others who apparently don't like the stinging burn of truth, they were able to bully me off of Patreon. At the time, I had about, I think, $600, $700 a month in backing from about 125 or 150 people. Unlike some of my peers, I don't use Patreon to pay my bills. I don't use hipster welfare to support my family. I work. However, that doesn't mean I don't need support for the channel. I put 100% of the funding and have put 100% of the funding into the channel. The LED lights, the SM7B microphone, the product behind me, the product opening I just did. All of this comes from the people who decide who are in the position to back above and beyond. I've always said it isn't absolutely required because I can always make vlog videos. When you've been around Magic for 25 years, you got a lot to say. And those of you that know me and have been around a while, you know I've got a lot to say. So it's not the end of the world when I can't do openings, but I had wanted to diversify the channel and bring in new products, stuff like that. It's not impossible, and I've still done a little at a time here and there. But anyway, that's what I use the money for. I don't use it to support my family. I work hard to do that. I use it to make the channel better, to travel and go to Grand Prix and to host band cons, things like that. Then we rallied, everyone rallied and brought their pledges from Patreon over to Maker Support. A free speech, an outspoken free speech advocate, where many people not only went there because they were harassed off Patreon, or they went there just because they had lower fees than Patreon. Overall, a fine service. And I hold no ill will to Connor Douglas, the CEO, but today they're fired. The pledges that all of you have been giving me have not been getting to me, and they have gone completely silent. I've reached out to them directly several times with no reply. 16 days ago, they told us that Stripe, which is their credit card processor, was submitting a routine review. And it would be done in 4 to 5 days because April 1st came around and all of us creators, this isn't just me, this is everybody on the platform. We all went to issue a payout from all the people that chose to back us, and we could not. That's the last thing they said about it. I've still been unable to withdraw any of your pledges from April, and on Sunday, so that none of you get charged again, I will be terminating my Maker Support page. I have instead created a very simple way where people don't need Maker Support. You find this on my website. I'll leave a link in the description below. If you, and fuck, I'm so sorry that those of you that want to go the extra mile and do that or are in a position to do that have now had to move your pledges twice. But I promise this way is just superior. I created my own. You can back at 2, 5, 10, or whatever amount you want. You can also do one-time funding donations. And now if there's something you want to see covered, or if you're a game company and you want to see something covered and you want to cover the cost or whatever, you can do that here. It all goes through PayPal. There's nobody to be harassed and bullied. And, let's see, the A.E. Marling and the judges call up PayPal and say that I said some mean things on the internet and see if they give a shit. What I'm going to do, if you give me a little bit of time, probably about 30, 45 days, I'm going to create a members-only area of the website for people that choose to back in this manner. We'll turn it into our own Patreon, our own maker support. There's nobody taking any fees outside of PayPal. And there's no central person to harass for those that would seek to suppress this channel, which clearly they do. A lot of people say, it's tinfoil hat. Go look at A.E. Marling's Twitter. He published a guide on how to flag down my Patreon. Hipsters of the Coast reprinted this, and it worked. This will allow the channel to continue to cover new games, to continue to cover other things, to travel, to do band cons. Again, not required, but I felt like I have a responsibility to not just the channel, not just the people that back me on maker support, but everybody out there who backs a creator on maker support, which is thousands of people. The same reason I put up a video on my second channel, The Quartering, covering the same topic, because everybody needs to know. And in 2 days, when I delete the maker support, people will wonder where it went. I just don't want anyone getting billed again and having their money not make it to the channel. I don't want. So if you know anyone who backs on maker support or uses maker or has heard of maker, maybe consider sharing this video. I don't think Connor did anything nefarious. I think maybe he got in and over his head and he doesn't know how to handle it. And I had been giving him weeks and weeks and weeks because I do understand what this video means. It's going to solidify the collapse of the platform as people make their own decisions to issue chargebacks on their donations. It's going to end the platform. And it's a sad day for a platform for creators to be on that took less fees than Patreon, a platform for people that didn't have to worry about hate mobs getting them fired. And in this case, we were fired again, but more like I'm quitting. And if you choose to back that way again on the Unsleeved Media website, you don't have to worry about this ever again. If you don't want to deal with it and you don't want to move it over and you're just like, screw it, it's too much work to give somebody money, I 100% understand that. I back people too, and it's frustrating for me. So I know a lot of people won't make the transition. That's okay. I just had to make this video to let everyone know because I'm one of the larger creators on there, and I talked to the largest creator on there and told him I was making this video, and we are in agreement that either they're under attack, Stripe is screwing with them, but I could have waited for that. I could have forgiven that. But the fact that it's been nearly a month now with no communication, and we're coming up on 2 more days before you all get charged again, I just have to bring this in-house. I promise I'll make a cool membership area. If you want a signed card and you back on there, just let me know. We'll make it work while I build out the custom Discord area and all that kind of stuff. It's a sad day for free speech platforms. There's really nothing else out there. But again, when a door closes, a window opens. And really, ultimately, this is what creators should have been doing from the start. They don't really need maker support or Patreon. Why pay somebody else to do something that this was a free plugin that required just a little bit of cleanup for me? And we're going to get back on track in May. I'm going to do my Star Wars Destiny video, hopefully Sunday or Monday. And I've got a whole bunch of more games to cover. I hope that you have a great weekend. I just had to get this out there and let everyone know. And we'll talk to you again real soon.